This is you. This is the unlisted you. The you that you didn't know. And that you will soon know. Notice that. It's the book of black magic and of pacts. Written by Edward Waite. So, the little contrast here instituted will serve to exhibit that there are at least 2 points of view regarding magic and its mysteries. The simple and homogeneous view prevailing within that charmed circle among the few survivals whose reasons had not hindered from entering, and that of the world without, which is more complex, more composite, but sometimes more reasonable only by imputation. There is also a third view, in which legend is checked by legend, and wonder substituted for wonder. Here it is not the law of continuity, persisting in its formula, despite the law of fantasia. It is croquantine, explained by Diablos, the runes of elf land, read with the interpretation of Infernus. It is the law of bell and candle, the law of exorcism, and its final expression is in the terms of the auto da fe. For its final expression, for this view, the wonder world exists without any question, except that of the holy tribunal. It is not what seems, but is adjustable to the eye of faith in the light from the lamp of the sanctuaries. In a word, its angels are demons, its Melusians sturges, its phantoms vampires, its spells and mysteries, the black science. Here magic itself rises up and responds that there is a black and a white art, an art of Hermes and an art of Canidia, a science of the height and a science of the abyss, of Metatron and Belial. In this manner, a fourth point of view emerges. They are all, however, elusive. There is the positive illusion of the legend, affirmed by the remaining adherents of its literal sense, and the negative illusion which denies the legend crassly, without considering that there is a possibility behind it. There is the illusion which accounts for the legend by an opposite hypothesis, and the illusion of the legend which reaffirms itself with the distinction. When these have been disposed of, there remain 2 really important questions: the question of the mystics and the question of history and literature. To a very large extent, the first is closed to discussion, but so far as may be possible, it will be dealt with a little later on. As regards to the second, it is the sole concern and purpose of this inquiry, and the limits of its importance may therefore be shortly stated. There can be no extensive literatures without motives proportionate to account for them. If we take the magical literature of Western Europe from the Middle Ages and onward, we shall find that it is exceedingly large. Now the acting principles in the creation of that literature will prove to rule also in its history. What is obscure in the one may be understood by help of the other. Each reacted upon each. As the literature grew, it helped to make the history, and the new history was so much additional material for further literature. There were, of course, many motive principles at work. For the literature and history of magic are all alike, exceedingly intricate, and there are many interpretations of principles, which are apt to be confused with the principles as, for example, the influence of what is loosely called superstition upon ignorance. These and any interpretations must be ruled out of an inquiry like the present. The main principles are summoned in the conception of a number of mysteries or mysterious forces in the universe, which could be put in operation by man, or at least followed in their secret processes. In ultimate, however, they could also be rendered secondary, if not passive, to the will of man. For even in astrology, which was the discernment of forces, regarded as peculiarly fatal. There was an art of ruling, and sapiens dominator astris became an axiom of the science. This conception culminated or centered in the doctrine of unseen, intelligent powers, with whom it was possible for prepared persons to communicate. The method by which this communication was attempted are the most important processes of magic, and the books which embody these methods, called ceremonial magic, are the most important part of the literature. Alright, y'all. It's getting real. This is you. You didn't know about. This is you. Yeah. The way you took to get here is the way you should have taken to get here. Not of your hair. Let's utilize it. Let's maximize it. Let's make the most of it. You're right here where you need to be. So, let's go. I see you.